Hello everybody! The goal of this course is to reach a whole perspective of the work inspections we must follow in a construction process in order to get the quality in building. That's the content of the course, but today's topic is going to be focused in horizontal finishings on wooden pavements. I would like to remind the diamond circle principles and the adaptation of these principles to the construction stage. Plan, do, check, act. If we think about the whole project management and the quality plan before to start running up the work construction, we have to think about all the specifications of the materials and the units we are going to execute. Then during the building construction we have to check all the activities, and in case to find any damage we have to make the not conformity report. This document used to be joined with a corrective action or a preventive action in order to repair the damage and in order to prevent the non-repetition of this failure in the future. Right now let's go in depth to the wood pavements. First we have to think about the previous units. If the structure, all the partitions and all the finishings are completely finished and are well done, it's time to start with the pavements. Right here in the picture we can see how we are going to make, following the chalk marks, we are making a kind of a stack, holding or layout, fixing the previous wooden pieces where the panel are going to fix up. Then we have to check if all the building services are well placed and also are tested. In this picture we can see the whole perspective of the area where we are going to fix the wooden panels, and before to start with the position we have to check and just place all the building services. Building services, as you can see here, the plate with the telecommunications and also all the tubes from the sanitary, the details about the telecommunications and its connection, even with the plates and all the turns and modifications we can have into the interior. Depending on the building we are building up and the needed of each room, we have to check if all the building services are well placed and if we have the test and the result from the laboratory or the company who are in charge of this installation. In another cases, we can go directly to the isolations, depending if we are having a camera in between the pavement or not. In case of not, we can fix previously this isolation, which is a layer, polystyrene layer, in order to keep the acoustic isolation. And also in some extreme needed, we can have special panels that will keep the isolation into thermal and also acoustic. Right here in the picture we can see the substructure with wooden pieces, the isolation in between each of them with these special panels from the acoustic and the thermal, and right here we can see how we are going to cover with the wooden panels. The panels could be different depending on the brands and the specifications and the mandatory requirements from the design and the projects. In this picture we can see this is a CE mark, this is the obligatory and mandatory new construction regulation products we are going to ask it to our panels, but in another cases we are going to fix another simple panels without it, depending if it is a natural or not panel in the area we are covering with. Right here in the picture we can see this is the joint in between, and we are fixing it with this mortar and this special glue, which is special for wooden and wooden pieces and wooden panels. In another cases, depending on the size of the camera, it's time to start with the leveling. We are going to use these PVC or steel cones that will help to us to create a horizontal surface where we are going to place the future wooden pieces. In the leveling also we are going to absorb and we are going to create the horizontal surface with these cones, because in the basis we can regulate it and we can move it and just place it as much as horizontal as I want it, depending on the horizontality and the leveling of the previous basis. Right here we can see another model. Here we have the structure. This one is stronger and it is a steel one, but we can move it and just fix it depending on the height and the regularity of the bases we are going to place our wooden pavements. In all cases, we can see here how this small kind of step or this kind of leg of the supporter, the steel supporter, is going to hold in 4 corners. This is the corner where 4 wooden pieces, wooden panels are going to be supported on. And then it's time to cover the whole surface after to have the final good results of our isolations, building services, and so on. During the cover, we have to be careful. At the time we are placing all the wooden pieces, we have to cover this with plastic or with paper or any protection, because then if the workers are going to work and just standing up to these panels, they can make any damage, or yes, they can dirty the surface. Right here you can see the whole detail, and in another cases when we don't have any kind of building services into, we can cover this directly with the wooden pieces. First we have to stake and place the first line and fix the position where we are going to have the straight line, because in case of to have any kind of irregularity, we prefer just to have it in the middle, the right position, and just cover into the borders with the possible irregularities. Right now we can fix line by line all the wooden pieces and just fix it with special ropes in order to keep it during the glue fixation. We are going to use a special glue with a lot of elasticity in order to let the possible movement and dilatance in between each of the wooden pieces. As a final check, we can have the whole surface, clean it, and just enjoy the wooden pavements with or without the building services in behind, depending on the project details and the requirements in each building. Thank you very much for your attention.